away, days burn, disintegrate, years roll along and fade. Don't let them slip away. Right here, right now, today. These are the good old days. Right here, right now, today. Hey, these are the good old days.
In 1981, Mattel released the Masters of the Universe line to compete with the Star Wars toys in the boy toy aisle. And boy, did it ever. Masters of the Universe ran from 1981 to 1987 and dominated the toy aisle for those years. Masters of the Universe were 5.5-inch action figures with overly muscled bodies and power punch action, as well as a variety of weapons, armor, and accessories. The line had a huge amount of vehicles and playsets to go with it, including Castle Grayskull, which may be the most iconic toy playset ever made. The downfall of the line came in 1987 when they would get wave after wave of new and inventive characters. However, there was a lack of core characters: He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, Teela. The figures kids needed to get into the line. So if you hadn't gotten in 1981 or 82, you couldn't get the main characters you're looking for. And thus, kids lost interest. Due to the sheer amount of figures, vehicles, and accessories, and let's call it the interesting body construction style, the Masters of the Universe has a variety of commonplace fixes and problems. So we're going to start a 5-part video series called Mastering the Universe, and we're going to start where it all started: He-Man versus Skeletor. All right, and here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, He-Man. Now, this He-Man, like many He-Man, he is naked. He's lost his power harness, is what it's called. In the original mini-comic, the power harness created a force field around him so he couldn't get hurt. So what we're going to do is we're going to make him a new power harness. Now, I don't have one, so luckily Toy Polloi was kind enough to take one of his power harnesses off, send us some nice high-resolution pictures of that so we could piece together how it's made, the design of it, and make our own pattern. So you can see here we've made up our own pattern, which again is downloadable off of our Facebook page. So we're going to enter that into the Cricut machine. All right, so we're just going to open up Cricut Design Space, the software. We're going to import our power harness design, which we got off of our template. And once we have that in and sized properly, we'll just hit the Make It button, and the Cricut machine will cut it out. If you haven't seen our Cricut machine before or are familiar with it, watch our Banshee Cape video. We go into great detail there how our Cricut works. We have here our power harness we've made out of that cat litter box, which has done GoFigure very, very well. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut it out along those lines, kind of pop it out, and we'll see how it works. If this material is too thick, we have a couple other options we can try.
By the power of Grayskull!
Okay, so all right, so we tried with that cat litter box, which turned out to be a little bit too brittle, and one of the straps on the battle harness snapped off. So that's not gonna work, but it's okay because we have a plan B. All right, we're a first-class channel for first-class viewers. This is a first-class little notebook here I got for $3. I'm gonna cut this cover off, and this is gonna become our battle harness. Once we have the cover cut off, we're gonna run it through the Cricut machine just like we did the original material. Okay, so we have our Cricut cutout power harness here, and it looks like it's gonna fit on him just perfect. And we have all of our attachments here at the back that we're going to modify. Very good. But first, we got to put some decoration on here. So we're going to print off all the red spots, or cut out all the red spots in a Cricut, and stick them on there. All right. Also, using the Cricut software, we've isolated just the red deco from our design that we have on our website. And so now we're just going to size that properly and cut it out and stick it onto our battle harness. And here's our deco for the battle harness that we've Cricketed out here. I'm just going to use Scotch tape on it to transfer it onto the battle harness. All right, so here's our power harness all decoed up. And it's a little darker than the vintage one or the cat box one's going to be. But I think it's going to look good once we get it onto He-Man. How we're going to adhere it, instead of having the class that would go through, is we're going to use a little bit of adhesive Velcro to get these attachments to hold on. So let's get that done and we'll see how it looks. Okay. All right, so we have here just some adhesive Velcro. You can get it from any crafting or seamstress store. I got this from the dollar store, so it was a buck or two. And what we're going to do is use it on our power harness so we can have attachments as opposed to the clasps that were on there originally. So you can see we've just put Velcro on it. And now we're going to throw it onto He-Man and see how it looks. All right, so we have here the back, and we've used our Velcro here just to put our clasps together. And that all works very well. And we have a He-Man ready to defend Grayskull. All right, we have Skeletor here, who classic looking guy, but I wouldn't want to trust him if I saw him outside a corner store. And Skeletor here, he's missing his little belt here, kind of a fringed belt, kind of like the Beastmaster used to have. I used to take Skeletor's belt off and put it on He-Man as a kid and play the Beastmaster. So we're going to make him a new one today out of this purple Skeletor colored duotang. All right, so I've cut a piece of the duotang off, and now I'm just going to import our Skeletor belt design as well, downloadable from our Facebook page, right into the Cricut design space, and then we're going to cut it out. Alright, so there's our Skeletor belt. We're just going to pull it off here and just pop it out. Just like that. And we're going to use our Velcro like we did with He-Man. Alright, and here's Skeletor, all ready to go here with his fringy skirt. And so he's all ready to take on He-Man and get defeated. Well, there you go. There's our fix for He-Man and Skeletor. Hold on there, Adam. I really didn't like that the first material we tried to use didn't work. The gray cat litter box material that has done us so well before. I thought it matched better in thickness and in color to the vintage original accessory. So what I did was an old toy repair trick, is I used the hot water method. So I cricketed out another cat litter box power harness, and I put it into this bowl of hot boiling water. Let it sit for a little bit, and then it was way easier to use. So I was able to take that and fit it to He-Man. And I used these little pieces of wire to hold it in place because Velcro wasn't strong enough because this was a much thicker material. But now we have, in my mind, a more accurate power harness using the cat litter box. Now, what were you saying, Adam? To get them kind of back in action. Again, this is the first part of a 5-part series called Mastering the Universe. So next time we come back, we'll go back to the world of Eternia and do some more fixes. If you like what we're doing, if you had a lot of fun today, like and subscribe, comment on the video, let us know what we want to do next, and let us know who of all of them was your favorite Masters of the Universe figures. See you next time.